It's the Sega CD. What are you waiting for, Nintendo to make one? That commercial was always fun. And of course, you gotta have Sonic on the BIOS screen. Just a little extra pizzazz to make you feel better about the fact that you paid money for a Sega CD. Ooh yeah, listen to that. This soundtrack is 110% rock. It's like something they'd have in Brutal Legend almost, although this came first. Okay, so we got D's Nuts, we got Pazuzu, we got Lambda, we got Basque, we got Helado, like that one video.
Helado.
And you've got 4 elemental suits that you can choose from. Each has a different set of powers. It functions as a different character. It's sort of like Avatar: The Last Airbender if it wasn't for pencil necks. And one last thing before we leave is we gotta buy some upgrades from the nice lady. Just trying to do my impression of Jerry Lewis. I think Jerry Lewis impressions might be a bit lost on Let's Play fans. Who's Jerry Lewis? Is he related to Wumpa Lewis? Okay, let's start the damn thing already. Not everything on the Sega CD was FMV garbage or Wild Woody. Occasionally there was something decent. Look out for the sandworm. He's gonna pressure you to make a bunch of hokey Star Wars references so your video can appeal to nerds. It's just like the thing from the Star Wars. You know, I look at this and on some level I wish the Sega CD had been supported a bit better. This is a sign of what could have happened. 16-bit on steroids. Seems to be the dichotomy of Sega CD games. There were no average ones. They were either just absolutely terrible or they were some of the finest 16-bit experiences there ever were. No in-betweens. The big reason the Sega CD failed was because of that lawsuit, because of a Night Trap, and some soccer mom found out about it and it turned into a lawsuit, and this game is destroying the youth of America. Bah. So yeah, elemental powers definitely seem to be the theme of this game. Not only do you have the elemental suits, but each of the worlds seem to have something of an elemental component to them as well. You know what I'm surprised hasn't happened, speaking of which? I'm surprised the youngsters on Twitter haven't started referring to themselves as elementals. You're probably thinking, well, what the heck does that mean? Well, let me explain. Once I fully explain this, you'll think, oh, that's totally something that the Gen Zers would do. They can, since they all love Avatar, the Last Airbender so much and its elemental theme, they can try to make it about themselves. They're like Avatar characters, but instead of superpowers, they make it to whatever's their defining traits. So like, people on Twitter would say like, I'm an anxiety elemental. I'm a weed elemental. I'm an anime elemental. I'm a dysmorphia elemental. Elementary, my dear Watson. Anyway, you get the idea. Doesn't that sound like something they would do? Everything just seems like a really roundabout way to get people to feel sorry for you on social media. Are you still following what I'm trying to say here? Gosh, this guy's attack pattern is hard to get a handle on. So yeah, as far as shmups go, I would definitely rank this one among my favorites. It's right up there with Truxton and Air Zonk and KO Flying Squadron. Another Sega CD game, evidently. And away we go. Ludicrous speed, like in that movie with Rick Moranis. Did you guys ever see Spaceballs? That was the movie with Rick Moranis. Good movie. Look out for this guy. He's got the power of God and anime on his side. Take a moment to just absorb how good some of these sprites look. This is some next level stuff. Truly. You know, I'm just now noticing how his ping gas opens up and shoots a laser at you. Some things never change. Uh-oh, he's turning red. Don't tell Mr. Enter, he's gonna freak the hell out. God, that poor autistic man's never gonna live down his opinions on that children's movie. Okay, on to the next level. We'll try out one of the different ones for variety's sake. And we've got a whole lot more money to spend. We're freaking loaded. Like Uncle Gus. You probably thought I was gonna say Bill Gates or something, didn't you? But no. Alright, let's get the F out of here. Anyway, so the other day I was at Dairy Queen, and there was a family sitting at the table across the place from me. And when the waiter brought the food to their table, I overheard the little 4-year-old boy yell, "Chicken!" And it was, whoa, look out for that thing. Reminds me of that dinosaur in Shinobi for the Saturn. They had like just a weird hand puppet dinosaur reach in from the corner of the screen. I think that was the same Shinobi game that had Spider-Man in it. Now that might have been a different one actually. I don't know how they got away with that. I'd like to do Shinobi, or Saturn Shinobi on this channel someday, but it's too hard of a game. I don't think I'd be able to get far enough to show you any of the good parts, you know? But anyway, continuing my story with the Dairy Queen. So didn't they used to hand out toys at Dairy Queen? I feel like they don't do that anymore. Because I remember probably around 2002-ish they had a Digimon-themed plushies that they were handing out at Dairy Queen. I'm surprised Digimon didn't try to ink a bigger contract with like McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's, but they went with Dairy Queen instead. But anyway, they don't really do that no more. And Wendy's doesn't really have toys either. I mean, well, technically they do, but it's very different now where they don't have like, you know, recognizable commercial characters that change out every month. They've just got one set of generic toys. They're like these little cardboard pieces that you can use to make a city. And they don't change them out from month to month. It's just one set of toys, basically forever. They've really cut back on that. I don't know, life just used to be more fun in general. Why did they take away all of the good things? Why? Oh, SpongeBob. Why? Here are some of my suggestions if you're listening, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, or Dairy Queen, about new toys you could potentially do. Okay, toy number 1, a gorilla mask. Toy number 2, a reproduction copy of Lords of Thunder for the Sega CD. Toy number 3, a signed 8x10 of Rocco from Mega 64. And there you go. If a restaurant were to actually hand out any of those things to the customers, it would all just go straight in the trash. Out of those 3, objectively the most useful would be the gorilla mask, and even then... What's that quote from Aqua Teen? It's just going straight in the trash after this anyway. Okay, boss number 2. Isn't that parallax scrolling just lovely? It's just... So this guy looks rather reminiscent of something you would see on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. They would say like, "I summon golden-haired fish lord." You can picture it in your head, can't you? It's the type of card that one guy would have, the one guy who had the ocean theme to all of his cards. Yeah, that guy. Kinda hard to tell where his weak point is. I'm assuming it's his face, but it doesn't always seem to flash when you're shooting at it. See, the thing about bosses like this is you want to get through them as fast as you can, because even though the attack pattern's relatively easy to follow, if he does it enough times, you're gonna get fatigued and you're gonna start making little mistakes here and there. That's how these old school games operate. That's how they get you. I think we're getting close though, because he's doing the color changes. We better be getting close. This cat's just 2 good hits away from dragging me down with him. Just 1 now. There we go, there we go. Cut that one a little close, didn't we? We'll be back with more Lords of Thunder in a few days.